on 570 KLIF. Americans are angry. Hot. Wall Street gets massive bailouts, said to save the entire system. Your average American bear, in many instances, gets no help at all, and then gets asked for more money to bail out people that they find to be reprehensible. Then, on top of all of it, you look at high unemployment, the schizo stock market, the wars. We are cranky. Then we go out and buy all our back-to-school stuff. It's tax-free weekend, yay! Except the prices have been raised. Many times with cheap little baubles attached to something to claim that it's been restyled. Join us for a minute on the program. Royalyn, Reid, customer service expert who sends mystery shoppers into places to see how they treat people. Royalyn, people are just fit to be tied right now at a variety of levels. That can't be good for the consumer companies where you mystery shop, right?
You're right, Jeff. Today it is a challenge because, as you said, Americans were against a lot more today, and people just are not as kind, just outright rude, sometimes cranky.
What has been your experience in reading about and in understanding this whole process?
Well, Jeff, I think as you mentioned before, just looking at the state of our economy, everything has changed. So, of course, not only when customers come in, they're struggling, but also, too, looking at it from an employee standpoint. Everybody is stressed. But when you come in, the bottom line is that good customer service, being treated right, is still important for everyone. And so especially for employers, when people are coming in, because the bottom line is we want good service and we're going to spend the money. And when we spend the money that's tighter than ever now, we want good service.
Well, what do people identify as the thing that annoys them the most or makes them angry when they go in to spend their money?
And really the thing that we hear most is the indifference. Everybody wants, when you come in, you want to be acknowledged. We've all been there when you stand there, you're around, you see people in their own world, or even if they're helping someone else, at least you say, hey, I'll be right with you. That's important. We also seen with some long lines, you're in a line, we've seen at the U.S. Postal Service, and then right when you get up or close to, somebody puts in a little sign, window closed. All that's saying, you're not important to me. I'm too busy. And that's the last thing that we all need with all of the other stress added on.
With us for a moment is Royalyn Reid. She's a customer service expert. We have an expectation that at least at one time, that our money gave us an entree to deserve respect at stores anymore. There are stores today that I personally walked into, you can barely find anybody to even spend your money. Is that annoying people and making us angry also?
That really does. That is annoying because everybody's already stressed. Your job, saying you're not important to me. All of these things and these signs with stress going on. But I think, Jeff, another thing that's of interest to really look at is there are some out there that are doing it well. And then when we look at what's not going right, but when you can get a measure or benchmark of how it should be done. For an example, I was in an Apple store this weekend. You walk in, you're greeted right away. They have a concierge. And then if your name is on a list, as a matter of fact, we were there for 2 different orders, and when our name came up, we had 2 salespeople right there. What does that tell you? Hey, they want our business. We're important to them. And they're going to get our issue resolved because in our nation, so many issues are not resolved. At least we can get those things we need to move on addressed. Also, that tells me they want my money. I'm going to be there. You know, we all have phones. Then we may get an iPad too or some other things. So it goes on and on and on. So it's really win-win both ways. We want good customer service, and from a company standpoint as well, that means you're saying your business is important to me and that can expand. And you want a customer for life. That's the approach that employers need to look at it, and more so employers usually do, managers, but employees. Customers for life. And it also adds to job security.
Interesting you say that. We don't often see the kind of customer service things in practice in corporations today internally that we see externally. There's a lot of dissatisfaction being reported by employees that they don't feel like their needs are being met inside corporations. I mean, who is doing that well?
And we're forcing some of those as well. Is everybody's really pressed to do more with less, and we all hear that, do more with less. But there are different motivational things that you see some employees are doing. There's some who really embrace that mystery shopping concept. You look at, for an example, a Southwest airline with Herb Kelleher. Years ago, he was ahead of his time with Undercover Boss, if you will, where you look, take a moment to see what's going on. Neiman Marcus for years, even when Mr. Marcus was still active and around, he would be there at the door observing himself and greeting. And so that was that undercover boss concept. And those are the companies who employ and deploy that kind of approach. Really makes a difference. Now, a lot of employers, you can't do that. You don't have time, the managers, but that's when you can get a company like ours to go in, and we do that for you. We're like that fly on the wall, and to give you that perspective of what's really going on so you know what to do to put some proactive things in place.
Royalyn, thank you for being with us.